Okay, guys. Okay, I am live, I think. I still can't figure out how to do the timer thing, so we will not have a timer today. I'm just gonna have to time it myself. I can't figure it out. I think that there is actually one that I can add to the stream, but I don't really know how to do it. So this is why, I usually have to have Tearstone help me if he's here. Nice. Oh, wow. NBR tornado warning. That's not fun. I used to live in Indiana, so I totally know what that is like. Now I live in hurricane zone, so, you know, you trade one for the other. Good to see you here, NBR and Jenny, and writing with me. As you guys can see from those little shorts I've been sharing, writing's been kind of frustrating. It's hard to like fit it in among a job and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been a lot. So I don't have, like I said, I don't have the timer because I couldn't get it to work, and I don't know. It's above my pay grade. It's just above my pay grade. I hope you guys all had a good week. I am going to Sleuth Fest tomorrow. I don't know if any of you are in the St. Pete area, but Sleuth Fest will be down. I don't remember what hotel it'll be at, but it's down in St. Pete, and I'm going to go just for the day on Saturday. I couldn't take off enough time to do Thursday and Friday. But I am going to BoucherCon, which is the Mystery Writers of America conference in New Orleans in September, and then going to Vid Summit in October. So I'm super excited about that. Those should be really fun and great conferences for me, and I'm very excited to be able to go. And if I look weird, it's because my contact lens is bothering me. Do I write full time in VR? It's a good question. I used to write fiction full time, but then I started a company doing ghostwriting and nonfiction. And I've also started another company with my business partner where we're doing some platform building and events and things like that. So I'm doing those things too. Writing income is always kind of a roller coaster. So I've always done other things on top of writing books. And I purposely chose to take a little bit of a break in my deadlines so that I could concentrate on building some other business type things. So it's not like I'm not writing at all, but I'm definitely writing as much as I used to when I wrote full time. So, and happy Friday, Elizabeth. Good to see you. I wanted to show you guys, I got some foreign editions here. So this one is, I don't know what language this is. I never really know the language. I have to look inside. Swedish. This is Swedish. I don't even know what book it is because I'd have to be able to figure it out from the back, and it's all in Swedish. So I have no idea. This was my second book that ever came out. And this is from Spain, I think. I think that's what the Harlequin Iberica is Spain. Or maybe it says SA. Maybe that's South Africa. I'm not sure. Um, I don't know. I can't read the other languages anyways. But yeah, this is my second ever book, which is hilarious that it's still coming out. And then this one is from Denmark. So I like this, which is kind of like a totally vague cover. It could be anything, and it's like written in the stars or something. I don't know. And this is Doorstep Daddy is the book that's in there. It's called the Romance Trope Collection, which is ironically in English, while the rest of it is in Dutch or Denmark, whatever which they speak in. Oh, sorry guys, speak in Denmark. Languages obviously are not my thing. I'm not very good at the whole thing. So anyways, I hope you guys had a good writing week. And if you didn't already watch this week's video, the question that I have, I thought maybe I should make the prompt kind of go along with the video. I put it into my prompt. I put a QR code in there so that you can do that when you see the prompt. Also, if you're not following me on TikTok, even if you're not on TikTok, I would appreciate if you just gave Write Better Fiction with Shirley Jump a follow because I'm almost to 1,000. I'm like at 800-ish on TikTok. And if I get to 1,000, then I can live stream on TikTok as well. And that way we can just increase how many people are coming to the writing sprint. So I think that would be pretty cool. So please follow me on TikTok if you're not already. You don't even have to watch the videos. You can like mute the channel, just just add the follow button so it'll go on there. And Jenny, I love that you're procrastinating now. I do that a lot. I was gonna put, and I forgot to do it with the video that I did today, some Reese's in the background because I literally do like that is my treat every day is some kind of Reese's thing. And I don't know if you guys have had the Reese's animal crackers. I'll have to get them on the sprint break. They come in a big, huge bag at Costco, and they're like animal crackers with peanut butter and then chocolate on top of them. I do my sort of poor man's way of doing it, where I take regular animal crackers and I put them in a bowl with melted peanut butter and Nutella when I can't find them. Usually they're just at gas stations. So I was very excited to find a ginormous bag that I have hidden in my office because my husband will eat them if I don't hide them from him. All right, let's start our first sprint. And I know they're really cool. I'll show you the bag after the sprint because they're awesome. I think they're really good. They're like my road trip snack. And I definitely have to buy some before I travel because they're like my hotel room snack and my airplane snack. I love to eat. I have snacks for all different occasions. And I always have the Reese's Animal Crackers and usually white cheddar Cheez-Its as my snack for the plane or where I'm going. So yeah, definitely at like gas stations like Wawa and where you're at, but I found them at like Rally and Wawa and Circle K and stuff like that in the cookie aisle. You would think they would be in the bag aisle where they have like the Cheez-Its and Doritos and stuff, but they're actually in the cookie aisle with the little bags of the Oreos and stuff. So hello, Silver Alley. Good to see you here today. All right, so let's put the prompt up because I'm sure that's what you all are here for, is to come and do some writing, and we will write for 15 minutes. And if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. That's basically what this is. It's an opportunity to write with me. Use the prompt if you want to. And if you do grab this week's video, there is a link to a download for a character planning worksheet. You might already have this character planning worksheet, but I added a page about Crave in it. So I had a very busy week. I don't know about you guys, but it was very busy, but I'm very grateful that it's Friday. All right, let's do 15 minutes of writing and then I'll see you back here. Okay, and we are back. I did go and grab my Costco size bag of Reese's animal crackers, bite-sized animal crackers covered in peanut butter, candy, and dipped in milk chocolate. Like, I'm a sucker for that. My kid knows, and he bought me like two 12 packs of Reese's for Mother's Day. So I hid half of them from my husband. I shared half. That's good enough, right? I hope you guys had good writing during your 15 minutes. I actually was able to finally move forward on the book. Part of what makes it hard when I'm doing the videos is that I'm also like talking out loud, but when I'm doing the sprints with you guys, I'm just concentrating in the book, so that helps a lot. So Jenny asked, how do you find a good critique partner or editorial, apparently that's a hard word for me today, editorial person. I think I need someone professional to read my novel, but some of them are teachers that haven't published anything. Yes, there is a ridiculous amount of people out there in the industry that are editors that have never published, that have very little experience. Like I literally just had an editor email me out of the blue yesterday and apply for a job with me. And her entire email and CV, she sent me a CV, like a 12-page CV, was riddled with mistakes and typos and stuff, formatting issues, all kinds of things. And she's like, well, English is not my native language. Well, okay, fine, but still, you should like really pay attention to the details. So you can't be an editor if you're not paying attention to the details. So needless to say, I did not hire her. Not that I was looking for anybody anyways, it was just an out of the blue thing. And I think that if you find a profession, like I read and work with authors of all types. Even though I'm published in science fiction per se, or thriller or whatever per se, you know what a good story is when you're looking at it. You know what a captivating beginning is when you're looking at it. If you're a really experienced editor, like when somebody comes to me and they want me to read their first few pages, I can tell you right off the bat, doesn't matter the genre, what's wrong with it. And that's the kind of person that you're looking for. So if you're going to hire somebody or look for somebody, then you really want to look at the reviews of the book that got published that worked with for the person that worked with the editor, and also see if you can talk to any current clients or people that work with that person, because it's hard. Anybody can say they're an editor. Anybody who finished high school English can say they're an editor, or maybe not even finishing high school English. You really want to see how did those books do. Like a lot of times, people that have applied for jobs with me, I look at the books that they have worked on. I look at the reviews. I read the look inside. I'm like, if you can't make this right, then I'm not going to do it. And I also ask to see a before and after. Now, they may not be able to do that because of an NDA clause with their clients. They can't, it could perhaps they couldn't send out the before and after, or the client doesn't want them to share the before and after. I do have a couple clients I work with in the nonfiction side that do allow me to show before and afters, but generally you should be able to tell whether the work is quality or not. And that's really what you want. And Natalie, I think it's a great idea to give it to the family or friends, but those people don't know. They are not professionals. They do not know how to tell you what is wrong. And they may not like it and just not be able to quantify what's going wrong. Like you're taking too long to get to the point, you've got too much backstory, or I'm just not connecting with these characters, and then give you constructive feedback in terms of exactly how to fix that. When I do a developmental edit, you guys that saw when I used to do the Monday manuscript feedback things, which I would like to reinstitute maybe in the fall, um, you can see that I did like really hardcore get in there developmental edits, because most of the people that apply in the manuscript feedback session are learning writers. They're not super experienced, and they need that feedback, that actual concrete, here's where you're going wrong, here's how we fix it kind of thing. And that's what you're looking for with somebody, is not just developmental feedback, but how do you fix it? And you need a teacher too. If you're doing a lot of things wrong, like I wish I had had somebody like me when I first started out, because I could have really used that feedback. It would have saved me a lot of books. Um, I forgot what I was going to say. So that's kind of the thing that you're going to be looking for, is a partner that can show you what you're doing wrong, and it will help a lot. And if the publisher's rejecting it, you can also look for some common themes in there. If they're saying I didn't connect with the characters, which was like my big thing that I got when I first got rejected a lot, it was because I wasn't creating that emotional layer, which is what I've been really trying to focus on a lot of videos lately, so that you guys can see how other authors really do that with show not tell, and with characters and actions and reactions and impact. Like all of those things really create layered characters. And as for like writing groups, yes, I definitely agree with finding a local writing group and finding another writer that has the same goals as you. They don't have to be writing in the same genre. My critique partner wanted to be published as badly as I wanted to be published when I had her way back when I first started. And she wasn't a professional. She hadn't sold a book yet. She'd written like two, I think, at the time that I met her. I was on like book seven. I had written so much. Um, but I was still writing crap. So that didn't make me any better. She really wanted to learn as much as she wanted to help. And so she was studying craft books too at the same time. And so she was more able to say to me, I think that the plot went off the rails here, or you kind of had too much backstory. And sometimes, even if she couldn't explain what it was, she could quantify it enough that I could figure out what was wrong. And the best thing about a critique partner is that you're forced to turn around and do the same thing with the critique partner, which makes you actually name what the problem is. And you become really good at diagnosing what's going wrong in other people's books and then in your own. Like I'm reading a book right now, and I talked about it in today's little short. And the first three chapters, I can see why the author sold it. First three chapters, bang on, awesome. The rest, I'm skipping pages. I'm like, I just want to see how this turns out for one of the characters. I don't care about the other two. Like if I'd been the editor at Lake Union, I would have made this person go back and do a lot more to add in. Maybe they had a tight deadline. Maybe the editor didn't care. Maybe the editor thought it was good enough, but the book didn't live up to the promise of the first three chapters. So you want somebody that will help you help point you in those right directions for that. Um, Silver static author. I found out my town has had a writing group since the 80s. They meet once a month, except in July and August. That's awesome. And they started a once a month critique meeting, which is really cool too. The only drawback I find with some writing groups, not all, some, is if there's a lot of like really literary people in there. And no knock against literary fiction. I read a lot of literary fiction. I really like it, but sometimes they're making you try to be too, I don't know, erudite when you don't need to be. Um, so just take criticism with a grain of salt, because there's going to be a whole lot of opinions in the room if they're doing a group critique. You just want somebody that can really hone in on what the problems are. And I'll tell you, if you can find somebody or work with somebody that does what I do, that tells you what the problems are in the first 5 pages, a lot of times you can figure out how to fix it yourself from there. Some of the clients that I work with, they keep coming back for the next 5 pages and the next, because a session with me gets you 5 pages of developmental edits and then half an hour consult, because that's about how much I can do in half an hour is 5 pages. And it's really intense developmental edits if you need it. Now, if you don't need it, then you get more pages out of me because I can just keep reading and I don't need to give as in depth feedback. But that's what you want to find, is somebody that will give you not only in depth feedback, but also how to fix it. Um, just formal letters. Yeah, that's a form letter is such a pain in the butt. Like it doesn't give you any feedback whatsoever. The book that I have out on submission, because I think one of you guys mentioned on my comments today, like, are you on deadline now? Because deadline makes you write to like a plan and to not procrastinate. And I'm not, because I'm actually shopping a couple of things right now. My agent has two things out on submission. And one of them, I got a form rejection. Even at my level, they don't feel bad. They're just like, nope, doesn't fit with what we're doing right now. That doesn't tell me anything. Like, what doesn't fit about it? I don't know. Can tell. It doesn't matter. And Silver Ollie, 157 words. That's awesome. Out of the 1,500 words a day for 30 days. That's a pretty cool thing. Maybe we should do a challenge like that here over the summer, when people like really want to just sit by the pool and not write. I think that might be something I should think about doing, some kind of a writing challenge in the community, and then we can kind of beef it up when we do the live streams. That might be kind of cool. I'm going to put a little note to myself about that writing challenge for the summer, because that'll get my butt onto the keyboard too, and where I'm not traveling a whole lot for a little while. I could probably do it. I think what I do not have any travel in June, so I should be here all of June. I think I'm here most of the rest of this month. I'll have to look at my calendar. Then I start traveling again in July and August and September, but we'll get to that when we get to it. So let me know if that answered your questions, or if I missed somebody else's question, because sometimes I forget to scroll back. Oh, Heather, nice to see you here. And yes, so I think I answered that. And now we'll just do another 15 minutes instead of me just talking and talking and talking. So let me find my timer so that I can do it. And we can come back in 15 minutes. Let me know if you have any other questions. Okay, that was another 15 minutes, and I got, I don't know, quite a few words done. I ended up going back and fixing something that I had done before, and then having to go back and check and see what tense I wrote the book in because it's been a while since I worked on it. But anyway, um, and Kit said if there's no meetup group in your area, start your own meetup, charges a monthly fee for group owners. I think that's a great idea. And I've been thinking about also doing something like that on the community. We don't have a ton of members in there right now, so I'm not sure that it would work yet because I just started building that community. But as it grows, I think it would be really cool to create like genre specific groups and critique groups and things like that for people. There have to be some like basic decency rules though, like don't be mean to other people. So good job, Silver Raleigh. 135 words. It's awesome. You guys are just killing it here. I'm very excited. And what I think that that's all I've gotten there. You guys didn't have any questions. That's pretty cool. So did anybody try the prompt? And did anybody watch the Crave video this week? And if you have any questions on either, that's pretty cool. And also let me know in the comments, like, did you like the analysis videos where I analyzed a first chapter and analyzed a subplot, or the Q&A videos? Because I'm trying some different stuff lately just to kind of see how people respond to it on the channel. I get so many questions between here and on the channel in the comments that I think a Q&A would be a really great thing to have as a regular basis, just so that everybody can learn. Because some people ask some really fantastic questions that I think everybody could learn from. And I know not everybody's reading all the comments. Heck, I don't even get time to read all the comments. Remind everybody else. And so I think it would be a good thing. So just kind of give me feedback, you guys, so that I know what to offer that meets your needs. Because I'm really focused on helping all of you like become professional authors, make this a career or maybe a part-time job, whichever you want it to be. Just make it into the dream that you've always had. Jenny, what's the biggest reasons to DNF a book? Oh, I did do a video on that. I don't remember what it was called, but I think it's my like top video. I think it's 5 reasons people are putting down your book or something like that. I'll have to find it. Um, the number one reason for me to DNF a book is too much backstory. Like I don't care about these people yet, and it's really like a stranger just telling me a whole bunch of crap I don't care about. Like if you meet somebody in the grocery store and they just start talking about their life, it's like you don't care about them yet. Too much backstory will make me stop right away. Um, so that there's no action, basically. It's just a bunch of telling. I can't stand that. I will put it down. Um, the second thing is not believable characters. Like if I'm already like shaking my head or rolling my eyes at these characters, then I'm out. Like this book that I told you, the first 3 chapters were amazing. I'm about 2/3 of the way through the book, maybe a little bit further, and the male character is doing things that are so stupid and immature and petulant. Like I'm just like, oh my God, why are you even with him? Maybe he's gonna turn out to be some bad guy. I don't think so, because I don't think that's what's gonna happen in the book. But I'm surprised it passed editorial. So that will annoy me and make me not finish a book. Um, if you just don't have enough emotional connection for me to care about these people. Like you can have the best plot in the world, but if I don't care about why these people need to achieve this goal, then I'm not going to read it. And also a story that just sort of rambles. My husband's uncle like told me I absolutely had to read this book. He loved it. It was the best book he'd ever read. And he sends it to me. It's like, I don't know, it's only like 100 pages long. It's not very long. It was the most rambly, weird thing I've ever read. And I read like James Joyce in college, and who I hated. Um, it was just rambly and all over the place. I don't even think it's in here anymore. It's a really old book. It's called So Long, See You Tomorrow. I despised it. And I don't feel bad talking about it because it's a really old book. So I think the author's dead, which is terrible. But I don't like to talk about current authors because I don't want to bash people that are trying really hard. But the book just rambled all over the place, and I did not care about the characters. Like there was a really cool mystery at the beginning, and then that just got forgotten while it was a whole lot of backstory about the main character, like about his mom and his childhood. And like, I don't care. I want to know why this guy could show. So it really didn't work. It was a frame story, which means it starts in the present, goes back the whole time, and then ends in the present. But none of the frame had any bearing really on, none of the interior had any bearing on the frame. So those are things that will make me stop if I just don't care about the people. You've got to grab us with a hook. You've got to grab us with the character taking some action, and you've got to grab us with a really believable motivation and stakes so that we're like, okay, we're in for the ride. Don't care what happens next. I really want to see this person succeed somehow. And all of that is really hard. And Elizabeth, my hats off to you dealing with babies. That was my life a long time ago, and I'm really glad it's not anymore. So yeah, not finish. You've got to also look at what makes you not finish a book and analyze that. Because when I don't finish a book, I do actually sit down and think, okay, what was it about this book that I hated so much? Why would I never read another book by this author again? Because for me, there's so many great books out there. If you disappoint me once, I'm not going to read another book by you. Now, I get that authors can be uneven, like some books can be really excellent, some can be eh, but if it's really terrible, I'm done. I'm not coming back. Um, so you got to look at that and analyze that and realistically say, am I doing some of these things? Am I too married to these words and this backstory that I've got in here? The ending is linked to a beginning, I heard somewhere. Yes, it's true. The ending is linked to the beginning. Um, but when you have a frame story, the parts that are in the present day are great. I just read The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store, which is a frame story, but the middle was so good and had so many things going on and so many plot lines and everything that I was really excited about it. Now I really wanted to know who murdered this guy in the beginning of Heaven and Earth Grocery Store. But the middle part was really good. And that was one of those books that I just kept reading and reading and reading. It was really well written. It's very a little bit stream of consciousness. Like the author just kind of has a lot of very long paragraphs, but I loved the characters enough, and that's key. Like I really loved these characters and really wanted to see things work out for them, that I was willing to just read all that and go and keep going with it. And what he told in the stories really seemed to fit these characters and the way that they would talk and the way that they would do things. So you can do all the wrong things and still do it really, really well. And yes, Jenny, I do not finish books quite easily too. And knowing why you're not finishing it is pretty key. Now I will look at the look inside on Amazon or Barnes and Noble, and if I'm not grabbed in the first page, I'm not even bothering to pick it up. I've got to look at that first couple pages and see if it is engaging enough that I'm going to read it. And this book that I'm not liking right now, those first few pages were awesome. It was like, wow, this looks like it's going to be a really cool story. And then it just kind of fell apart. And same thing with movies. Yeah, if I watched films, even if they were crap, but not anymore, because life's too short for crappy books, right? Life's too short for crappy movies. My husband and I are the same way. There's like so many movies and TV shows out there. Like we don't watch crappy ones unless we really care how it turns out. Like sometimes you have a character that you care about. We're watching bel- deep below deep or something. It's like these monsters in this mine, Snookum Hills or something. It's kind of stupid, but I really like the female character, so I'm like, let's just stick with it and see how it turns out. It's an older movie, like 2019, but yeah, it's kind of dumb, but we stick with it anyways because we want to see how those people worked out. All right, so that's basically our hour. We don't have enough time to do another sprint, sadly. And I don't have enough time to do another one because I have plans with my husband tonight. And if you missed my Reese's Animal Cracker cookies, big bag at Costco, little bags at not grocery stores, gas stations in the cookie aisle. And let me know if you have questions afterwards or you have any questions on the video of this week. And I will tell you that there's a new Show Not Tell video coming out on Monday, and I'll have a handout free ebook download for Show Not Tell that you guys can grab because I know that that's a topic that a lot of people want to watch and learn more about. And I'm sorry, Jenny, I don't remember what the title of that um, my five reasons people don't finish reading your book, like that exact title is for that video. But I know that it has a dark blue background and white letters and then a red line. So you don't remember anything more. Save the Cat opening and ending images. Yeah, Save the Cat is a really great how-to book. I like lots of how-to books that are out there. And if you guys are going to Sleuth Fest, let me know. I will be there tomorrow. And if you're going to BoucherCon, let me know. I will be there in September. So I'm pretty stoked. Look for more things to come in the community. I'm going to start really concentrating on beefing that up and giving you guys more for being a part of it. And that way I can give everybody more engagement, more learning, more everything, because that's my goal is to really get you guys tools that you need to write a great book so that I can start talking about it on the channel, right? Like everybody wants that. All right, so I appreciate you guys being here with me today. It was really great to see you all, and I should be here next Friday as well. Have a great weekend.